Hello everyone, welcome back to Nigeria Tea Vlog. If you're new here, welcome back to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always tuning in. You're a big one, you're a big real one. Anybody that says you're not a big one, you're not a real one is a fucking liar. But anyways, let's get back into today's video, because yesterday was so toxic, you guys. It just had to be there. Like, I really didn't even know where to start from or who to support, because the people that were fighting, they were my faves. So it was between FC's, Barbs, Kendrick fans, I don't know what we call ourselves, and also 30 BGs and also outsiders. Now let's get into what started all of this. We all know that Wizkid was dropping his album Morayo, which I'll be doing an overview on later. He dropped this project and he was just doing clean sweep left and right. Everyone's song that was on the charts before was just collecting red and going down the charts. You know, people already predicted that this was going to happen. That's why other artists like Odumodu and Gucci, as well as Runtown, were shaking in their boots and had to change their release dates for new music because they knew that they were not going to get any attention. I said that in a previous video. Somebody was like, oh, I'm being mean to Odumodu for no reason, but my mind, I was like, give it a shot for Odumodu, make it drop. If you know, go collect red too. Maybe let's get like 2,000 streams like 5. But anyways, as Wizkid was doing this clean sweep, 30 BGs were streaming a somewhat surprise music Nicki Minaj had with Davido. So this song I shared with Davido was part of new tracks I shared to celebrate our Pink Print album reaching 10 years. And Nicki and Davido teased this collab this week, I think on Wednesday. That's why I'm like somewhat surprised music, because it's not a surprise, at the same time it's low-key a surprise because we did not know what to expect. So the Barbs, as usual, were streaming the album, then 30 BGs were streaming the song with Nicki Minaj and also Oligram, leaving Abike alone. Mind you guys, since this week, Barbs and FCs have been going back and forth saying their fave is the biggest, which is crazy to me because they're in different fields and both of them in their own fields are like the biggest. It was a conflict of interest for me because I stand these two artists. Nicki first though, because I've been a fan for like 12 years, but it doesn't mean I was like willing to disrespect Wizkid at the same time. Do you get? But these two fan bases, Barbs and FCs, were going at it. The fan bases started comparing stats, and of course Wizkid was going to get watched because Nicki Minaj is a bigger artist. I really didn't even understand the beef in the first place, like what exactly is going on. And when the song with Davido was teased on Wednesday, the FCs were not having it and the Barbs were not going to leave it for them either. Friday comes around, battle for number 1, and of course Wizkid went number 1 first on the Nigerian Apple chart, then Nicki was at number 4 on the Nigerian Apple Music chart and number 1 for iTunes in the US. The Pink Print did also go number 1 on the Nigerian iTunes, and that's because Barbs buy music. They don't only stream, they are ready to let down the coins to buy music. But even though she was doing well in the Nigerian charts, on the US Apple Music album charts, it was a bit of a struggle for her because a new soundtrack was dropped and it was getting a lot of attention. But then this was not a new Nicki album, it's a 10-year-old album, so the pressure was not really there. It's just that the rivalry was like adding more fire to it. And with this rivalry, Wizkid debuted on US Apple Music at number 5, which is a major achievement by the way. But then they continued going at it. But Burna Boy fans decided to put their mouths, but it got washed because Burna Boy actually put out music with Eric Belliga, but nobody paid his mind. Then all of a sudden, Burna Boy's verse magically got removed. I was shocked because what happened? Then it was reported that the song had clearance issues, but people felt like it was a front because the song flopped and only debuted in one country. That's why they removed it. So Burna Boy, it's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for you musically. Okay, now let's get back to the Barbs, FCs and 30 BGs. Now Barbs were supporting 30 BGs against FCs because you know Nicki Minaj and Davido had a song together and they were like, he ate his verse up. I'm not going to lie though, the verse did sound good. Nicki even came to Davido's defense to show that it was the right pick for the song by saying, that man is an incredible writer and melody maker. It's always a pleasure working with him because of our mutual respect for one another. I asked him to be a part of it in order to bring out the Afrobeat tempo feeling in it a bit more Nigeria to the world. Now Nicki, we all know that man is not a writer and it's no shade, it's just a tea of it. It's just a tea of it. We know he's not a writer, but you know, she said that it was the right person for the song because she wanted someone that would bring out the Afrobeatness of the song, which I actually really understand. You get? And from nowhere, you guys, from nowhere, Kendrick Lamar just dropped album. From where to where? And you know when Kendrick drops, it's going to be coming busting shots, and so he did. But we're not going to be getting into what his album had. All of a sudden, FC said, Wizkid is bigger than Kendrick, starting another war. Like, FCs like to fight, hey. And I read some of the Barbs felt some kind of way about Kendrick because he dissed Drake, but Drake also deserves it because Drake is a big snake and he's a snake to Nicki Minaj. So I don't understand why Barbs would be supporting Drake. Drake is a big snake. And also he's going to be performing at the halftime show and people wanted Lil Wayne to perform. They said that Lil Wayne deserved, but for me, Kendrick is a phenomenal performer and he also held it down for rap this year. So I felt like he deserved. Even though Lil Wayne deserves, I feel like it won't do up to what Kendrick would do at the halftime show. But anyways, when the FCs were saying, oh, Wizkid is bigger than Kendrick, next thing we saw Kendrick at number 1 on US Apple Music. Fast. But then Wizkid was still at number 4. Then someone said, Kendrick should come and enter number 4 on Nigerian Apple Music chart. Next thing we saw Kendrick at number 2 on Nigerian Apple Music chart. Oh my goodness. What? So overall, yeah, it was Wizkid at number 1, Kendrick at number 2, then Wizkid at number 5. Oh, before I forget, 30 Bitches were also streaming Timeless album too, so it ended up at number 6. Ooh-wee. It was a lot of dragging, a lot of bragging rights were used, and it was a real war. You guys tell me how you feel about this feud. Who do you feel like came out on top? Tell me your thoughts down below, and also let's move on to the Morayo album overview. Have you guys given the album a listing? We've been anticipating this project for a while now, and it finally dropped. Tell me your thoughts about the album in the comment section below. I'd like to hear you guys' opinion because the album has been getting a lot of mixed reviews, which is pretty normal though. Some people have been praising the album for its mature and soothing sound with lush melodies and rhythm that, it just creates an effortlessly chill vibe. Others have been expressing that they're disappointed. They feel like the album did not hit the mark. But me, I have to give Wizkid his 10s for this album. It has a very classic Afrobeat sound. On this album, you'll be able to get different sides of Wizkid, from old Wizkid, new Wizkid, R&B music. He tried to, appeal to his new market. He also tried to merge different sounds of him on this album. But even though the album is dedicated to his mom, it's not like a low tempo album which people will be expecting for this album. And it just makes me feel like his mom was filled with vibes, and she herself, she will never like a slow album. If you guys get, when people say, oh, the album is dedicated to my mom, but this song is dedicated to my mom, it's always very slow, it's always very emotional, it's always very, it's always you get the vibe. Wizkid's mom is not that type of person. She's she said she would like to curse it to the album. Do you guys get? The title of the album is Morayo, which means I see joy in Yoruba, and it reflects the positive impact she had on him. The album still carries emotional weight, vulnerability as a tribute to her memory. So let's get into the tracks. So the tracks with Asake was one of the most anticipated tracks on the album. Even though it did not meet up to MMS, you guys know I said it that they did feature for feature. So Asake has to do his big one like Wizkid did on MMS. But even though it did not meet up, I feel like it's calm, it's a vibe. I'm not crazy about it though, but it's calm. But I did love the intro of the album, you guys. I love the intro of the album, Troubled Mind, especially with the praises they received at his mom's burial. I really love the intro. My favorite tracks on the album will have to be Piece of My Heart as usual. Time, I love the song Time. I love the vocals on the song Time. They were so perfect. I loved Trouble Mind, A Million Blessings, Karamo, Pray. I'm still getting familiar with some of the tracks on the album, but so far, these are my standouts. I love them. But guys, I did notice the repetition with sounds on the album, or like a familiarity with sounds. I don't know if that was done to tie the songs together. But moving forward, I would like to hear a new sound from the Big Bird. At the same time, Wizkid has done a lot of exploration in his career. Like, how much more do we want from him without squeezing out all his blood? But if he can, I will love it because I'm never tired of hearing Wizkid on tracks. Now guys, what would you rate the album over 10? I feel for me, I would rate the album a 7 over 10 so far. I did enjoy listening to the album. Overall, the Morayo album by Wizkid is a solid effort that does showcase his ability to create a classic Afrobeat sound. Even though it's not everybody's taste, it's still a great addition to his discography, and I'm very sure it's going to please fans in this genre. You guys tell me how you feel about the Morayo album. Like I said, I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. Tell me your favorite tracks. Which one did you like? Which one did you not like? Do you feel like it hits the mark for you, or you're just satisfied, you're okay with what you got, or you feel like this album is a pass for you? I just want to hear everything. Tell me how you feel about the entire video. Also down below in the comment section, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notification bell so you can get more of my videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.